Hi boys and girls, my name is Miss Lisa. We're here today at the Fayette County Public Library. You are watching the Crafty Corner. Today we have a really cool craft that you can hang up to help decorate for the holiday season. You might be getting some things in the mail that are covered with bubble wrap. Save that bubble wrap because this is a great project. We are going to be making an Indian corn bubble wrap sun catcher. Okay, it's very easy. You just need some green construction paper for the corn husks, and you need some bubble wrap. Now this is just a half a sheet of construction paper, and I've measured this so that the bubble wrap is smaller than the width of the construction paper so that it will fit and not overhang. To hang it up in the window, you need some yarn. And again, boys and girls, remember, I have packets here for you. I have all this stuff in a package for you so that you can take it home and make it. All right? So the first thing we need to do is just make the outside corn husk, and we just are going to try to cut out a big U. So I'm just going to start at the top, and I'm just going to go down my construction paper. And I'm going to circle around when I get near the bottom. And I'm going to try to eyeball it so that it's the same width on both sides. And we're just going to come back up this side and go a little bit like that. Now you might want to curve the bottom, okay, so that it looks more like a U. And then you're going to take your bubble wrap. Now you want to not pop the bubbles. I know it's tempting to pop those bubbles. And you want the bubbles to be up on this part. Don't turn it over. This side is flat. That goes on the back side. So we're going to measure this here. I'm going to trim the corners just a little bit so that it doesn't stick out of the corn husk part of the craft. These scissors are not super sharp. Okay. Then at the top, we're going to want to round it off like a corn cob. So I'm just going to cut this here so that it comes to a half circle at the top. Okay, and again, we're not popping the bubbles. We want those bubbles to stay so that it will look really cool when you hang it in the window. All right, these scissors need to be sharpened. There we go. So, there's our corn. Here's our husk. So, we're just going to take some of our white glue, and we are going to scribble the glue on the back of our corn husk, making sure we get all the edges so they don't stick up. And we're going to turn that over and glue it onto our bubble wrap. Now, here comes the fun part. Okay, make sure it doesn't glue to the table. Looks like mine's starting to do that. All right, so you need some Sharpie markers, boys and girls, and corn is usually yellow. So you're just going to take your yellow Sharpie. Now, if you use a watercolor marker, it will bleed off on you. You really need the Sharpies. So if you don't have good Sharpies at home, you might need to take a quick trip to Walmart or CVS and pick up some of these Sharpies. Okay, so we're going to try to color it in as best as you can with the yellow. And then since it's an Indian corn, it's also a little orange. Okay, so I've got these marks a lot that have a bigger head on them. And it colors much faster this way. Okay, now I do have some brown and some pink, or if you have some red at home, any of those colors, might want to add just a little touch of brown here and there. You can add this in to give some different colors to your sun catcher. Because when it hangs up in the sun, all those colors will show through. I'm just going to go back over this, and I'm going to sort of go at a diagonal now, so I catch those in-between spots of all those little bubbles that I might not have caught the first time by going the other direction. Okay, remember, the darker it gets, the prettier it's going to be when it hangs in your window. All right, so there's a big, beautiful piece of Indian corn. Now, to give it a little personality, I've used a black Sharpie and we're just going to find a bubble up here near the top somewhere, and we're going to color in that top of that bubble there and the top of a bubble here to give it a little bit of an eye. Now the hard part is the mouth, and I've tried it 2 or 3 different times and I've never really got a good mouth. But if you just very lightly go in here, and because you're going to be on top of the bubbles as well as in the cracks of the bubbles, it makes it a little difficult to get a nice straight line. So I'm going to make a little dimple here on either side, and that's a pretty cute little ear of corn. Now I got to be careful here because mine's starting to glue to the table. You're definitely going to want to turn it over for a while and let it dry before you hang it in the window. You wouldn't want this to hang in your window and get stuck there. So you'll need either a sharp edge of a scissors or maybe a ballpoint pen to just make a little hole near the top there. Okay, and then you're going to take your yarn, and you only need about 6 inches. And you'll thread, if I can find that hole again. I might need to put my glasses on here so I can find that hole that I made. Where is that hole? Let's see, where is that hole? There it is. So you're just going to want to thread your yarn through that little hole. Have Mom or Dad help you maybe if you're not sure how to make the knot. If you make a knot in the yarn. Okay, and then what I would suggest is that you cut this extra off so that it just makes it a little prettier. And then make sure that the little knot goes in the back. And then you can hang it up. And when you hang this in the window, that sun's going to go through and you're going to have a really beautiful Indian corn bubble wrap sun catcher. Pretty cool, isn't it, boys and girls? Well, I sure am thankful that you guys visited me today at the Crafty Corner. Please come again and see me next Wednesday at 2 o'clock for another cool craft. I'm Miss Lisa, and I'm here at the Fayette County Public Library. Have a good day.